Hello there, my name is James and welcome to Demo Disc-ussion, where I talk about a certain demo's content, giving my own opinions on games in a short manner, and sharing stories of nostalgic past. For today, I shall show you the Australian Summer Special. All I really know about this demo is that it came out in 1998 and promoted the everlasting hell out of MediEvil. I mean, look at this. It's filled with medievalness. Oh, and don't forget... What the hell was that? Anyway, let's get right into it. Have you ever wanted a seizure? Well, if you look at this screen enough, you just might. You see that island? Yeah, that's where I am. And no, it's not always this groovy. 'Tis pretty cool to have an actual demo disc with a print of Australia. It's like, g'day mate, we exist! Note to self, never go full Australian ever again. Alrighty, let's pick a game before our eyes begin to sizzle. MediEvil was a nice start. I mean, it's not like it's slapped all over the case or anything. We'll first have a look at the making of video for MediEvil, and I must say that it's really interesting. Well, it's always interesting to know how developers come up with their concept and how they created the models and such.
My name's Mitch. I'm the animator for the MediEvil team. Basically, I do all the quirky little characters that make the game what it is.
My name's Jason Riley. I do the computer graphic cutscenes for MediEvil. I also do the in-game texture mapping and modelling.
Hi, this is Paul Arnold, Audio Engineer Extreme.
And this is Pete Murphy. He's the AV manager for Sony Cambridge, and he's responsible for myself, Andrew Barnabas, the other audio technician, and Tom Oswald, video engineer.
Hello, my name's Jason Wilson. I'm lead artist and designer working on MediEvil for Sony Cambridge. Well, first of all, we start with a brief from Chris Sorrell, the producer and designer of MediEvil, and he normally comes up with the title for a name of a character or a level. For example, you might think about a scarecrow creature, so then I have to sit down with pencils, design sketches for what could be a scarecrow creature, things it could do, attacks it could do towards the hero Dan Fortescue, and then take them back to Chris, and we OK them and thrash out a few more ideas and hand them to our other artists on the project. Inspirations for MediEvil, from my point of view, I think come from films mainly. Without saying too much, probably things like Tim Burton, sort of kooky horror films in the 1950s, sort of comic strip type stuff.
And certainly when you see him, he's a strange looking character, but I think he's a little bit different from the normal. At the start of the game, we actually see him being brought back to life.
Man, I will say I'm glad that I'm not eating crispy potato chips whilst he's talking, because I can hardly hear him and I've got the volume up to 11. Also, remember when we used to use these bulky as jumbo white case computers? I've still got mine. Got this new Windows 98 here. I'm glad they put this on the disc. Sometimes you need to see how a game is created and understand the amount of effort put into them. And this video goes for over 5 minutes, so it's not incredibly short. Okay, it's playtime. If you're not familiar with this game, you play as Sir Daniel, who resurrects from the dead and heads through graveyards, caves, ships, towns, and places that are needn't mention to defeat this guy who I actually thought was a witch. That was my horrible attempt of explaining the plot. Anywho, this game's presentation gives off that Tim Burton-esque vibe, such as Corpse Bride, and I must say, it still looks nice. The burst of fragrant pixels astounds me. Now that I've got all that information you've probably heard a million times for this game, let me talk about the controls and some certain memories I can recall. So as I mentioned in my DualShock demo, I thought that MediEvil could have been a great demo for representing the capabilities of the controller. See how Sir Daniel is just walking about like a Jolly Roger on a Sunday fun day? Well, that's me moving him with the D-pad. He doesn't really go all out, but as soon as I turn on the analog sticks, he runs about like he ate 10 chimichangas during a dinner, which doesn't make sense because he's a skeleton. So with that said, this brings me to my memory of this demo. I hated the analog sticks back then, especially when the PS2 went all out with the DualShock experience for every game. Yeah, this is kinda stupid, but the point is, I played through this whole demo walking, taking a slow pace every step. I didn't know I was I was stupid. So I better thank goddamn Ape Escape. Thank you, Ape Escape, for having mandatory analog controls. Oh yeah, right, sorry. MediEvil. I like it. Tekken 3, alright! Tekken 3 was bloody everywhere back in the day. It'd be all over in the magazines, advertisements, catalogues. I think I remember a singular shelf being dedicated to Tekken 3 alone in Electronic Boutique. It was everywhere, to a point where Tekken 3 controlled everyone, consumed them of their lives. A tale of truth, I tell you. People were absorbed by Tekken 3, molded by it. Tekken 3 would tape you onto the couch, forcing you to miss a day of work, a day of school, a day of Jimmy's tennis practice. On that day, you were probably playing Tekken 3. And here we are, Tekken 3. I like Tekken. The common question is usually asked, what do you prefer, Street Fighter or Tekken? And I'm always like, Guilty Gear, just to get them caterpillar eyebrows raised. But forcefully, upon my own will, I gotta go Tekken. The Hadoukens didn't really cut it for me back then, mainly because I didn't know what it was. Anyway, back to the demo. Before the menu, you get to watch this FMV cutscene that looks pretty good for what it is and showcases most of the Tekken characters doing cool moves and other stuff. The techno music sounds like it could belong to a nightclub. Arcade mode is all we can enter. Oh, come on! Are you and Eddie? That's all I can choose? Man, I don't even play as those two. I seem bratty, but that's how I actually reacted when I got this demo. I mean, I always like to play as the Lionhead guy. King. I like to play as the Lionhead guy. Not a reference to Peter Molyneux at all. That's for sure. Oh well, I'll take Zia. Wait, what? I'm fighting Paul? Why couldn't I play as Paul? I've got to fight him? Pfft, why am I complaining? I've already got the game. So, if you played Tekken, you already know how it plays. It plays tightly, constructive, and flows fluently when you have that nice combo rack. I, of course, suck. But I'm managing to win because the computer AI is rather too easy, which is good for beginners. I mean, demos are supposed to invite you into a game taste tester for upcoming games, and if they had this demo for Tekken 3 with a high AI skill, yeah, you'll probably lose some players' interest. The presentation is nice, the graphics are pretty, even if my eyes sting by the sight of the pixels. The background environment is nicely detailed, the polygonal characters are not so revealing with the polygons like the previous games, and the music is some sweet jam to put on my cassette tape. After beating your opponent, you get to witness this. Yeah, this is a thing. But expect for Tekken in later demo discs. It'll surely pop up. Cyberdeck. Weird title, I know. Well, it must have glitched out during the loading screen. I'll just have to... God damn it! I really didn't want to play through this one. So, here's Cyberdeck. Where do I start? Well, first of all, we're on a snowboard going down an everlasting snowy, sometimes icy half-pipe with penguins that sound like the spawn of Satan's minions who choked on gazebos. You collect shiny things and jump through shiny rings, and I have no clue what the hell is going on. Secondly, as soon as you have done your riveting slide down, you can go through this igloo and go down again. Oh, and did I mention the controls? I didn't. Well, they suck more than a vacuum cleaner collecting hard-to-reach particles in a corner. The nifty thing about demos in nearly all of these demo discs I own is that when you press the select button, it takes you on a magical journey. Back to the menu screen. Nifty, huh? Don't like the game you play and stuck or unable to progress? Then bam! Bada bing bada boom, abracadabra! Select the select button. Hit it! Home run! Next game. Colony Wars Vengeance. As a kid, I never even selected this bloody demo. Why? Because the title was dull. Plain simple. Sometimes I would never play a demo because of the title, or if it was a sport game. Man, that sounds stupid. Okay, if it was called Star Wars Vengeance, then I might have gotten into it, because I was a Star Wars kid. So after years of not playing it, with an openly fresh mind, what can I say? Holy mackerel, holy moly, holy photon lasers, holy shit! And to think I thought this was going to be a real-time strategy like Red Alert! This game is fun! Shoot lasers, pew pew, pew pew at the large spaceships, and that's all there is to it. Look at how gorgeous the graphics are! The amount of detail on the planet, your ship's interior, the other ships, the explosions, and the outer rims of space. One complaint for the demo is that it cuts abruptly. That's it. I'm a fool for space shooters and I'm gonna purchase this as soon as possible. I hope the full experience lives up. Ho ho ho, is it Christmas? Because I see Crash Bandicoot free on my screen. Or are you cheating me a slice of delectability? Okay, everyone talks about Crash Bandicoot and how bloody brilliant it is. Now I could join them in on that, but I'd rather tell you a story about my first experience of Crash Free over this gameplay. During the early years of the PlayStation, I didn't even know extravagantly large ambiguous words, ways of walking and running, drinking out of cups and sitting on a toilet to read the Morning Herald, due to the fact that I was a baby slash toddler slash oblivious alien. So during these years, I'd be reading easy books and watching awesome stuff on the telly such as Art Attack and Plasmo. Anyone remember that show? No, I guess not. So I didn't know what a console, let alone a game was, but I started noticing when I found my older brother playing this, the Sega Mega Drive. He didn't have those massive games like Sonic the Hedgehog, Vector Man, Comic Zone, or Columns. He'd be playing some 10 out of 10 game like F11 Strike Eagle and Super League Baseball. I don't know. But there was a time where he got the PlayStation and he'd play it with his friends for WWF SmackDown, and there were times where he and father would fight through Tomb Raider. Is there anything missing? Oh yeah, me! Big Bro never wanted me to touch his stuff, let alone go in his room, which is now my room. It's mine now. But then, on the holy Christmas of 2000, when I was 5, I was given 3 games: Spyro 2, Crash Bandicoot 3, and The Emperor's New Groove, the video game. I remember my brother's face. He was like, I want to break your discs so bad that you can't play them. It was amazing. Sure, I was late on the CB bandwagon, but I was at an age where it was purely appropriate for me to play video games. And to conclude, I played the crap out of Crash Bandicoot 3, loved it, and cherished it. I completed it enough times to remember the boss lines and not get a game over, only to do it all again. Until my bloody sister bit the disc. Oh crap, I forgot Spyro was on here. Let's go small talk on this one. For this demo you get to explore 75% of the first overworld and its levels. Now I know for sure that there are plenty more demo discs that contain the same exact demo, so for today, I'll cover just the overworld. Alright, who else hated this tiny hill and the ledge with all the pretty gems? Yeah, I figured as well. Just so you know, I was spoiled by the hover in the later games, so when I found out there was none, it was a complete and utter madness. This is a nice, cozy place to be. The pure green grass, scared enemies, annoying hedge maze, balloon guy, big scary dragon face. It's the stuff of dreams. Oh, and how can you go wrong with the un-Tom Kenniness of Spyro's voice?
Where's Nasty? I'll torch him.
and I hope you love this main theme because your dreams will be shattered when you don't hear it in the full game. There's dragons you can rescue. They say some stuff.
Thank you for releasing me. Free the dragons in the artisan world, then seek out the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork?
That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, information. Yay. The atmosphere is really here, no doubt about it, and I 100% feel at peace through all of this. But that's all I can say about this singular overworld. This is literally a quarter of the lower layer of this 25-layer lasagna. That I apparently called Spyro the Dragon because I do weird things. With that said and done, I'll talk about Spyro another time. This was a pretty big munch of a demo disc to chew. A lot good, one not even worth bloody mentioning. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next rendition of Demo Disc-ussion. Bye bye!